Hi, I'm Michael475, and this morning I woke up and I thought, I wonder how many Marines it would take to beat the Pillar of Autumn without firing a shot or firing the most minimal amount of shots possible. So I fired up the Halo CE Randomizer and adjusted the Marine multiplier. So without further ado, let's get started and see where this goes. Okay, so we're going to start out here with the 1x multiplier, and if you've ever played Halo CE Legendary, the Marines are pretty much next to useless. So we're just going to speed this up and kind of see where they get. And they do not end up winning the Cafeteria here. Two well-placed grenades from the Grunts just wiped him out completely. So we'll just skip over to the 2x, so let's get in there. I mean, here with 2x, that Marine in the front grenaded himself, so he didn't end up killing this Grunt, which is what triggers the door to open. So I ended up having to shoot there just to kind of get the door open so we can move this along. And on 2x it also failed. 4x is when we actually were able to completely finish the Cafeteria section of this. You can see a lot of these guys died, but they were able to actually wrap up the whole Cafeteria on 4x. And for the next section here, we went back to 2x, and I'm going to fast forward this just because you can see they do next to nothing. So when we get over here, the Marines decide to just screw off, and we don't even end up killing the Red Elite. We just kept walking. So we're just going to sneak over here. I'm not really sure what they're doing. They're like, they want to shoot it, but they're not going to do anything about it. And the Airlock here, another, again, well-priced grenade, just completely wipes them off the map. There's half of them gone. And now we're on 4x. You can see the amount of Marines in front of the airlock is crazy. And on 4x we had a little more progress. I think there was a grenade that came in here. So they actually got really lucky and it wiped away everything except for, I think it was a Grunt and a Red Elite. And then after a minute there, they did end up getting the Red Elite, so we'll skip ahead to this hallway, and with the multiplier, instead of an Elite and a Grunt spawning, it's just two Grunts, which is weird. And in this area here, the Marines repeatedly kept killing themselves. I had to do this part over like 5 times, but we're not going to show that. They cleared it out no problem first try, and then they just didn't follow, so I just left those guys alone. And then on 4x, they got naded completely. So we'll try that again on 6x, see if that makes an improvement. And same thing, there's that grenade coming in hot. And the second grenade to wipe them out. So 6x was no difference. Way too many clusters going off there, and 8x. Same thing, there's that grenade that's going to completely wipe them out, so I ended up calling Mr. Plasma and sorted it out myself. Is sweet, and then the game told me I shouldn't interfere. So I had to go checkpoint back, which put me all the way back here again, where the Marines are grenading themselves all over. A little fast forward, although the enemies just ran away, which is perfect, so I could run through. And then on 8x we finally did this again, but didn't die this time, which is nice. You can see all the Marines cowering from 2 Grunts. We'll skip ahead a little bit. We can see for this fight here, I think there was 2 elites and something like 15 Marines, and they did not stand a chance. I ripped through this part like 3 times. We ended up just skipping ahead because even up to 12 times Marines, it just was not doing it. 4 blue elites is apparently insane for 24 plus Marines. And for the next area here, I didn't realize these are unarmed crewmen, so they all just got annihilated on 8 times. Not a whole lot to see here. And then for the next area, this was able to be completed first try on 8x. I actually didn't even try 4, 6, or 2x, but on 8x it was just first try, no problem at all. They blasted through it. You can see how overwhelmed that elite is. And then I got up to this top section here, and only 2 Marines had come. I'm not sure if it was a bug or something like that. I ended up just kind of trying to shoot the Marines to see if I can trigger them and get them to come up. But I think 1 more came up, and that's it. The rest of them just kind of hung out down there. So I did have to interfere here and throw a couple plasma grenades, so we'll just kind of skip ahead. This section up here I did have to shoot quite a few times just because the crewman wouldn't follow, and we got to beat this damn level. We take those guys, get a nice grenade in there, wrap up the red and blue elites. And then Marines don't follow this far, so we had to just kind of shoot these guys, shoot the little grunts. Same thing here, we have no Marines, so just had to kind of rip it how you normally would. And finally we're back with the Marines. So if you go in the right side of the tunnel there, we get this nice squad of Marines. Usually like you can skip this one just by running past it, but they didn't do too good the first try, but they were able to get it on the second try. So this is going to skip forward in a sec. And then once we got ahead, the Marines would not go past this barrier, so I ended up just having to play it without them. So same thing, I threw a grenade here and just kind of run past, and this is getting to the final part of the level here. So I have to run through the pathways where we see the storm of Marines. Like, holy crap. I think there was too many of them because they did not want to move. And I tried this part on 4X, and they could not get that red elite down. Then the grenades were just way too heavy from the grunts. But 8X, they completed it like no problem, but 4X is not the move. So I think 8X is going to be the sweet spot number there. So let's try that again. We got a well-timed grenade that's huge. I wiped out pretty much all the grunts on this area, and then we were able to just move up, no problem. And then these two red elites were just the death of them, pretty much. You're going to see what happens here in a sec. So I'm just going to skip ahead. This was like a 60-second skip ahead, I think, or something like that. And you can see after a minute, the red elites just die, because the Marines are not capable. And then, yeah, that's it for the end of the level. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, leave it a like and subscribe for more Halo content. I've been having a lot of fun making these videos the last little bit. But in conclusion, about 8 times Marines is what's required to do almost all Covenant encounters on the Pillar of Autumn. There's again still a few parts that it just doesn't want to work with. But other than that, it was a lot of fun making this video. And it's pretty silly seeing 30+ crewmen and Marines just kind of chilling there. So thank you for watching and have a good one. Bye-bye.